Hi, I'm Melissa with Mixin' Some Magic. I'm a Disney planning expert and I'm here to mix a little magic into your day. Each week I share Disney vacation planning tips, park strategies, and a little bit of Disney history sprinkled in. Of course, I like to include lots of Disney magic. Join me, let's mix in some magic. Hello and welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I am getting ready to head to Disneyland for Halloween time. I will be gone for I think 4 days and I'll be doing all kinds of Halloween stuff, trying all kinds of Halloween foods, touring 7 different hotels, going to an Angels game, and I'm really excited, except for it is supposed to be crazy hot. I'm talking over 100 degrees on the days that I'm there, and I have visited Disneyland when it's been hot, and I thought it was pretty miserable, but I have never visited the parks when it's this hot. So I'm a little bit nervous about it. It's just, I know all the tips, I know all the tricks for doing what you can to stay cool, but at some point, it's just hot and there's nothing that you can do about it, and I think that's the direction that I'm heading. I am planning on taking a break during the hottest part of the day, which I usually don't do, but I think that's going to be the very best option for me this trip. So I will be heading back to the hotel, taking a break, trying to cool off a little bit. But other than that, I am really excited for this trip. I'm excited to see all of the Halloween stuff. I'm excited to tour some hotels. Maybe the thing I'm most excited about is trying a bunch of the different Halloween treats. So I have a printable. It's on my website. I'll put a link down in the show description. But I printed it out. I've highlighted all the different things that I want to try, and there's a lot. I'm not sure how I'm going to get to all of them, but I am going to do my best to try as many of these awesome Halloween treats as possible. And of course, I will be ranking them over on my Instagram stories so you can see what I think about all of the different choices. If you are listening to this in real time, make sure you head over to my Instagram because I am giving away a $100 Disney gift card in celebration of Halloween time. So if you are listening right now in real time, then head over there because the giveaway will still be happening and you can get in on that, and I hope you win. Well, as I was going through all of the Halloween foodie offerings and staring at all of the delicious treats that I was going to try, I started thinking I'm also going to need to eat real food. I can't just eat treats. I mean, I could, but it probably wouldn't go over very well. So I started daydreaming about where I might want to go for different meals. I do have one dining reservation, but the rest are going to be quick service. And so I started browsing the quick service list. And then I thought, maybe we should talk about quick service dining options on the podcast, because a lot of people go to Disneyland and they have a few places in mind that they've heard people talk about that they're going to try and eat at. Or sometimes they have no plan at all and just show up and kind of look around and see what sounds good. And either way is fine, but I think sometimes people miss out on some really good quick service dining options because they just don't know they exist. I mean, if you're starving and you're right there by Galactic Grill in Tomorrowland, you might just eat a burger at Galactic Grill, which, I mean, it's fine, but that is not maybe the best option. At least I don't think so. So I just want to give a run through of some of my favorite quick service dining options so that you can kind of have them in your head next time you're visiting, or if you're planning a visit, things that you think your family might really enjoy or that you might enjoy. I also have a printable that is all about quick service dining, and on this printable then it gives some price averages, and it also gives a small sampling of the menu for each quick service option. And I think this is super helpful because you can print it out, you can show it to your family, show it to your kids while you're in line and be like, here is all of the options at Disneyland, or here is all the options at California Adventure Park. Look this over, and they can kind of get an idea of maybe what they want to eat. And it's easier to get an idea in just one glance at a paper instead of going into the Disneyland app and looking through every single quick service menu, which you could do, but it takes a long time. Or maybe you're there in the parks and your kid is like, I really want mac and cheese. And you're like, okay, where do I find mac and cheese? You can look at this printable and it will give you some options at a glance that have mac and cheese. And then you can go into the Disneyland app and look more at the menu in depth. So that's why I created these printables. I'll put a link in the show description, but I just want to go through and talk about some of my very favorite options. Before we do that, I want to thank my loyal Patreon members. I appreciate you so much. You are the reason that Mix and Some Magic, the podcast, exists today. So thank you, Patreon members. I'm doing a giveaway in the parks for Patreon members this week while I'm there. I'm going to be giving away churro toffee. So I'm going to buy it for, I think, 3 of my Patreon members. I'll do a random drawing, and then I'm going to send out churro toffee when I get home to 3 lucky winners. So that'll be fun. I'm excited about that. So Patreon members, stay tuned for that. That's going to be fun. If you are not a Patreon member and you would like ad-free episodes along with Disney Book Club and giveaways and Magic Mail and all kinds of other things, then head on over to my Patreon and you can sign up. The lowest tier starts at $5 a month, so go and check it out. I'll put a link in the show description for that as well. Okay, before we get going, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, should we start with California Adventure Park, Disneyland? We probably need to throw in Downtown Disney as well, because there's some great quick service options there too. Ooh, I don't know where to start, but we'll start somewhere. I promise you that. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Mix and Some Magic. Today, I am thrilled to share with you my ultimate Disney travel hack, Getaway Today. As a diehard Disney fan, I've taken countless trips to Disney destinations, and Getaway Today has booked them all. I've been using them for over 15 years, and let me tell you, using Getaway Today has been a game changer. So, what is so special about Getaway Today? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here's the scoop. Getaway Today specializes in Disney vacations, and they've got the inside exclusive deals and discounts to Disney parks. Their park tickets are always discounted off the gate price, and they have amazing deals on hotels. They even have deals on cruises and Aulani in Hawaii. Trust me, you won't find these magical offers anywhere else. Whether you're planning a family vacation, a romantic getaway, or a solo adventure, Getaway Today can craft a personalized package to suit your Disney dreams. It's like having your own fairy godmother for vacation planning. Whatever you have in mind, they can help you make it happen. Getaway Today offers layaway plans, which is amazing, because Disney dreams shouldn't come with a hefty price tag, at least not all at once. Getaway Today offers payment plans that make it easy for you to budget and plan the perfect Disney vacation. They also have the very best customer service. Seriously, they are a small family-owned business and they really care about your vacation. Their customer service is top-notch. The Getaway Today team is filled with Disney experts who have actually been to the park, they've actually stayed in the hotels, they know their stuff, and they are as passionate about Disney as you are. They go above and beyond to make sure your trip is practically perfect in every way. Booking through Getaway Today is super easy. You can book using their website. I've put a link in the show notes. Or you can call them at 855-GETAWAY and tell them Mix and Some Magic sent you for the best deals. As a special treat for our listeners, Getaway Today is offering an exclusive discount. Just use the promo code MIX10 at checkout or over the phone, and you can save an extra $10 on packages. Thanks for tuning in, dear Disney listeners. Now go ahead, plan that unforgettable Disney adventure with Getaway Today, and let the magic begin. Welcome back. We're starting in California Adventure Park. That's what I decided. Okay, I am not going to be including every single option here, just ones that stand out to me, ones that I like and ones that my family likes. That will just give you a quick overview so you can kind of get an idea of what is available. I just pulled up quick service dining on the Disneyland website and I filtered it, searched by California Adventure Park, and it pulled up everything, which is really helpful. Thank you, Disneyland website. First one I want to talk about is Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. This is a great option. There is no mobile ordering, but you can walk in, you can order full pizzas if you have a family and a full pizza is going to be the best option for you, or you can order pizza by the slice. They also have pasta options and they have kids menus. You can walk through, it's kind of cafeteria style, so you just walk up and you can look at the different pasta options, look at the different pizza options. They also have salads, and then you just grab what you want, go pay at the register, and then there is tons of outdoor seating right in front of the restaurant. Cocina Cucamonga is high on my list. This is where you can get the quesadilla tacos. They do have other things there, and I've had a thing or two, but I always come back to the quesadilla tacos because they are so good. Now, these tacos are available for mobile ordering, which I think is really nice. And on the menu, it says they come with a tomatillo salsa. They don't give you the tomatillo salsa unless you ask them for it, but I think it's the very best part of the tacos. It takes them to a whole new level if you like cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you're going to hate it. But if you do like cilantro, then ask for the tomatillo salsa. It's free when you pick it up. You can just ask for it. They'll give it to you. So good. Oh, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Up next is the Cozy Cone Motel. They have a bunch of popcorn and snacks and drinks, but they also have some cozy cones. I don't even know what they're called. They're cones. They're like bread cones. So you know how you would get like soup or something in a bread bowl? They make bread cones and they fill them with different things. So they have a mac and cheese one, they have a chili con queso one, and those are really good. They rotate them out seasonally. They all have different flavors. For Halloween time, they have a slow burn mac and cheese, which I probably won't get because it's supposed to be a little spicy and I don't really do spicy. But during the holidays, they had a chicken pesto one, a chicken pesto pasta one that was so good. These are really fun and they're different. So if your kid loves mac and cheese, they might like one of these. They put it in the bread cone and then you can eat the mac and cheese out of it and eat the bread cone. It's very good. Pim Test Kitchen is maybe in my top 5 because it's so fun. If your kids like Avengers at all, or even if they don't, they're going to like Pim Test Kitchen. It's just cute inside. There's all kinds of things to look at, and all of the menu items have a little bit of a twist on them. So maybe the chicken sandwich will have like a huge chicken breast, but a little tiny bun. Different things. They have a giant taco salad right now. They have this giant pretzel with beer cheese that is so good. It's delicious. So all of their food is good, but then it also has a little twist on it, which makes it fun, especially for kids. And if you are a fan of Diet Coke, they have Freestyle Coke machines and they have a ginger lime Diet Coke there that is so good. I can't wait. I need to get that maybe first thing when I get to the parks tomorrow. Right next to Goofy's Sky School is Corn Dog Castle. If you're in the mood for a corn dog, that's where you need to go. There's also Smoke Jumper's Grill, which is where you can get your hamburgers. They have onion rings, which is one of the reasons I go there because I love onion rings, but their hamburgers are decent. Now, Disneyland just hasn't really mastered the hamburger yet, but they're okay. I really don't understand why it's so hard for them to get a hamburger right, because we know that there's tons of other restaurants around the world that are fast food that produce these burgers in mass quantities, and they are pretty good. But Disneyland just isn't quite there yet. They are better than they used to be, but they're still not my top choice for quick service dining, but it might be your top choice for your kids. So Smoke Jumper's Grill is a good option, and they have fries and all of this stuff. Flo's V8 Cafe is one of my top choices because there is so much seating. A lot of it is inside and air conditioned, which is a huge bonus, especially when you're visiting in the stinking hot like I am this time. But they have a lot of different options. They have a fried chicken meal that is really good. A lot of their options are bigger and you can split them, which is nice. They also have really yummy shakes that everybody in your family is going to love. And if it is not hot outside, they have some good outside seating that is right by Radiator Springs Racers. You can sit outside, you can look at those beautiful Cadillac mountain range, and you can watch the cars go by, and that's really fun too. Lucky Fortune Cookery is kind of an overlooked quick service option, but I think it is really good. Last time I was there, my daughter got some ramen and it looked delicious. She said it was maybe one of her very favorite things she ate the whole trip. So they have teriyaki chicken and they have ramen bowls, and of course they have rice and different things like that. So that one's good, especially if you're tired of theme park food. You don't want chicken fingers anymore or corn dogs or hamburgers. You want something a little different, then Lucky Fortune Cookery is a great option. Before we finish up with California Adventure Park, I want to mention one that is so overlooked and so amazing, but it's not quite in California Adventure, and it's not really in downtown Disney. It is actually in the Grand Californian. It is quick service, and most people have no idea that it even exists. Anytime you go there, you're going to be able to find seating inside in the air conditioning, and it's delicious. If you don't know, I'm talking about the Craftsman Grill. So they have baked nachos, they have salads, they have sandwiches, they have pizza. They also have ginger lime Diet Coke. But it's one of those places that people just forget about because they're hungry, they're going to eat in California Adventure or they're going to eat in downtown Disney, but nobody thinks about going to the Craftsman Grill. And it's really the perfect location, especially because you don't have to worry about where you're going to sit. And when the parks are really crowded, especially when it's hot, then those air-conditioned seats are gone quickly and sometimes they're hard to find. So I have already made plans to head over to the Craftsman for a meal so I can escape the heat when I am there in a couple of days. Let's pop over to Disneyland. Number one, and this is in no particular order. This is just how they're popping up on the Disneyland website for me. Troubadour Tavern. This is one that a lot of people don't even know about. They don't think about. It's not on the radar of a lot of people, but it is over by the Fantasyland Theater, and they have baked potatoes that are so good. They're loaded baked potatoes that have cheese and sour cream and chives and bacon, and they're delicious. And again, this is one of those things that you really look forward to and enjoy more because you're sick of theme park food. I mean, of course, it just tastes like a baked potato. There's nothing special about it. It tastes like any baked potato you've ever had in your life. But obviously baked potatoes are delicious, but it's just a nice change and you feel like maybe it's a little healthier. I don't know if that's actually true with the sour cream and the butter and the bacon. Probably not, but it feels better for some reason than eating another hamburger or more chicken fingers. Next up is Alien Pizza Planet. You can buy pizza by the slice. They have salads, they have pasta, they have breadsticks, and don't be fooled. Their breadsticks are no good. They're no good at all. You think they're going to be like Olive Garden breadsticks because that's what they look like, but they are not like Olive Garden breadsticks, and I guarantee you're going to be disappointed if you get the breadsticks. But the pizza is decent. The pasta is pretty good. They have a chicken pasta that I really enjoy. It's like a chicken pasta fusilli, I think is what it's called. I really like that. It's large. You can split it. And it's got grilled chicken on it with pasta and this kind of Alfredo sauce. That one is delicious. So I do like eating here, especially because they have quite a bit of seating inside that's off to the side. So that's a great option, especially for seating. Because I don't know, I'm sure I've mentioned this, but I get anxiety when I can't find a seat. I'm sure everybody does because you're holding a tray of food. You've got your kids and they're being kids and they're trying to grab things off the tray and they're running around and you're trying not to lose them, but you're also trying not to drop this tray of food. And they're like, where are we going to sit? And you're looking frantically for a place while trying to balance a tray of food and not lose your children. And when there's people everywhere and you have to search and search for a place to sit, it's so stressful. So I always look for places that have a lot of seating so I don't have to worry about that. Stage Door Cafe is up next. This is a great option because they have corn dogs. There's corn dogs over at the Little Red Wagon, but I kind of like the corn dogs here better because you can get them with fries. At the Little Red Wagon, then you get to have them either just plain or you can get it with chips. And I don't really care to eat a bag of chips when I'm at Disneyland. I don't know. I have chips at my house. I can eat chips at my house when I get home, but I don't have French fries. And I don't want to make French fries, so I would rather have French fries. So I think they're the same corn dog, but there are people who disagree and think that the Little Red Wagon has superior corn dogs. I can't imagine that they would be different recipes for the corn dogs since they're like, almost next door to each other. But what do I know? I don't know. I should do a side-by-side taste test someday. We have to talk about Bengal barbecue. I love this place because it's got a lot of protein, and I do better on my Disney trips when I balance all of the sugar and carbs that I'm eating with protein. And so they have meat skewers you can choose from chicken, and they have a couple different kinds of beef, and they think they have a pork belly. They also have vegetable skewers, and they have rice and this really good coleslaw. I don't like coleslaw like a mayonnaise-based coleslaw, but this one has a citrusy light dressing on it that is good. And this is one of those things that you don't feel terrible after you eat it because you're eating protein and vegetables. And that's one thing that I really appreciate about it. Plus, it's delicious. Next, we have to talk about Tiana's Palace. This is a newer place that replaced the French Market. And for me, it's just okay. It's good. I've eaten there several times. They have po' boys. They have shrimp and grits. They have some jambalaya. So really like Southern style cooking, and it's all been good, but I don't ever gravitate towards that type of food, I guess is really what it comes down to. If you do, then you're going to enjoy it, but if you don't, then you could probably skip it. Rancho del Zocalo is over in Frontierland. This is a Mexican restaurant, and it used to be so good, but I feel like the last couple of years, I just have not enjoyed it as much as I used to. And I don't know what has changed about it. I do need to go back and give it another shot because I haven't eaten there for a while. But if you're feeling brave, then go and give it a shot. I mean, it's not just me that feels like it's not as good as it used to be. So I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt. I usually choose to eat other places because I've been disappointed by it so many times. Red Rose Tavern is a place that I am not disappointed by. I really like Red Rose Tavern, especially for breakfast. They have Mickey Mouse pancakes that are delicious, and their lunch is good too. They have some hamburgers and chicken sandwiches, but they also have flatbread pizza that's yummy, and they have a salad. This is a good option. There's lots of indoor seating and there's outdoor seating. So Red Rose Tavern is a place that I enjoy. I also really enjoy the Plaza Inn. And so many people don't realize that this is a quick service option. I get messages from people. Just yesterday I got a message from someone that was saying how sad they were that they haven't been able to get reservations for Plaza Inn for lunch or dinner. And that's because it's a quick service restaurant. You don't need reservations. You do if you're going to have breakfast there because it's a character breakfast. But if you're just eating lunch or dinner, you can just walk right in and eat. You don't have to have reservations. It looks like a fancy place, and I think maybe that's why people assume you need reservations, but you do not. So you go inside, and it is cafeteria style as well. They have a whole section in the front where they have desserts, and they always have cake, and I love cake so much. This time for Halloween, they have a cinnamon cake. It's like a poison apple. It's like a cinnamon apple cake. And I'm excited about it, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high because I'm worried it's going to be an authentic cinnamon flavor, which is fine, but I would love it to be like a fake cinnamon flavor like hot tamales or cinnamon bears. Anyway, we'll see. I'm getting off track. But they have salads there and they have desserts. You can grab those and then you can go to several different stations depending on what you want. They have fried chicken with mashed potatoes and biscuits. They have pot roast. They have a pasta section. And so you kind of go to that area. There's people behind the counter, cast members who will dish it up for you. They hand you the plate and then you can get your drinks. Then you pay as you check out and then you go and sit down. There's lots of indoor seating. There is a ton of outdoor seating. So you're always going to be able to find a place to sit here at Plaza Inn. Now it is on the higher end price-wise for quick service dining, but it is very good. Golden Horseshoe is another place that I really like because they have mozzarella sticks. That's what I always end up getting. I don't know, sometimes you just want mozzarella sticks. Am I right? Yes. I could go for mozzarella sticks right now. They have chicken fingers and they have, different things like that your kids are going to like. But they have a mozzarella stick meal that comes with fries. And often when I'm there with my family, then I'll get several of these mozzarella stick meals and then everybody will share them. Or maybe I'll get a couple of the mozzarella sticks with fries and some chicken fingers with fries and we all just kind of share. And that seems to save a little bit of money and it's worked out really well for our family. Galactic Grill, I feel like I have to mention just because I want to tell you if you can avoid eating here, then I would. There's really nothing great here and everybody seems to eat here. I walk by it and I'm like, man alive, these people just paid, all the prices at Disney are expensive, but I'm like, they just paid these prices for a crappy meal and I feel bad for them. So if you can avoid Galactic Grill, I would do that. Over in Galaxy's Edge, there is a place called Ronto Roasters, which is good. I wasn't sure how I was going to like these Ronto wraps, but they're delicious. So it's like this pork sausage, kind of a pita wrap, and it's got some type of vegetable slaw with it. It sounds weird, but they are really good. And they're not huge, so if you're kind of thinking you want a snack, this might be a good little snack. I like it because it has the protein in there, so that's pretty nice. Refreshment Corner is one that a lot of people like. They have hot dogs and chili dogs, and I have to say I've never had a chili dog in my life. It does not appeal to me whatsoever. Hot dogs are something that don't really appeal to me either. I can't say I've ever had a hot dog at Disneyland. I imagine that they taste just like a hot dog. So if you love hot dogs, this might be the place for you. I'll just get my hot dogs at Costco because there's other things that I would rather eat at Disneyland. But there you go. Hot dogs at Refreshment Corner. They also have Mickey pretzels and they have really good cheese at Refreshment Corner. So if you buy your Mickey pretzels from the stands, they have these cups of cheese they're more waxy and they're sealed cups of cheese. If you buy your Mickey pretzel at Refreshment Corner, it comes in a little cup that someone has made the cheese and put in there, this little plastic cup, and that cheese is so much better than the plastic cheese. Unless you're one of those that loves the plastic cheese, and then by all means stick with your plastic cheese. But Refreshment Corner is where I go when I want a pretzel with yummy cheese. Last but not least is back over in Galaxy's Edge, Docking Bay 7. This is one that is often overlooked, and I think it's probably because Star Wars Land is not very crowded, typically. It's got a huge area back there and not a lot of people go back there. So they have this awesome restaurant and it's usually fairly quiet over there because not a lot of people are really probably going to walk back there just for Docking Bay 7. Their menu changes all the time, but it has some really good things to eat and they've kind of put a little twist on all of them so they're a little Star Wars-y. Plus the atmosphere in there is awesome. So if you have a kid or an adult that loves Star Wars, then they're going to think this is a really fun place to eat. It's very themed and the food is themed as well. When I was there just a couple of weeks ago, then my daughter got this chicken there and mac and cheese and she loved it. She did not stop talking about this fried chicken breast for the whole trip. And still now she keeps bringing it up and saying that was so good. That was her favorite thing that she ate on the whole trip. And I really am regretting that I didn't try a bite of it. It looked good, but she has been raving about it. So Docking Bay 7 might be a good option for you as well. Let's jump over to downtown Disney. There's Wetzel's Pretzels down there, which I don't feel like is a meal. I feel like it's more of a snack. Once we decided to get everybody in our family a Wetzel's pretzel and a drink, and it cost just as much as if we had gone to a quick service restaurant. So I was like, dang it, that was a meal because it costs just as much as a meal. But to me, that's more of a snack. But that is an option if you want to use that as a meal. One of my favorites, if not my very favorite option at Downtown Disney is Earl of Sandwich. It's a sandwich shop. They also have wraps and salads, but their bread is so good. There's something really delightful about the bread at Earl of Sandwich. Now, I've only tried 2 of their sandwiches because the one I love so much is called the Holiday Turkey, and anytime I get anything different, then I'm disappointed. So I got something different and I was like, good, but the Holiday Turkey is so delicious. It's got turkey on it, it's got a little bit of gravy, it's got some stuffing and some cranberry sauce on it. Doesn't matter the time of year, I want to eat that Holiday Turkey sandwich. It's amazing. If you're at Downtown Disney, or even if you're not, it might be worth just a trip over to eat at Earl of Sandwich. My other top option at Downtown Disney is the Napolini Pizzeria. So this is a quick service pizza option, and the pizza is really good. I think it's better pizza than you get inside Disneyland or California Adventure Park. Hardly any seating. I mean, I'm not joking when I say maybe there's 5 tables. So if you're gonna go, feel lucky to get a table, but there is other benches and things around that you could take your pizza box and sit with and enjoy there. I love their margarita pizza. It's so good. Absolutely delicious. That is not all, but most of the quick service dining options at Disneyland, California Adventure Park, and Downtown Disney. Hopefully this gave you some things to think about, some places to avoid. Galactic Grill, I'm looking at you. And maybe something stood out to you that you were like, yes, my family would love that, or, oh yeah, I heard about that. I want to make sure we add that to my list. Those kinds of things. What it did for me is it made me really hungry. Luckily, I'll be in the park soon, so I can eat all of the food. It's going to be delicious. And probably I shouldn't record a podcast like this right before dinner when I am starving. All right, that's all the time I have for today. Thanks so much for listening. I think you are amazing. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you so much. I hope you'll be following along with me on my Halloween time Disneyland trip. I hope you win that $100 Disney gift card, and I hope you have a great day. Next week will be a Patreon member episode, but I will be back in 2 weeks for everyone else with something new. Thanks so much for listening. We'll talk soon.